Charles Mitchell's YouTube channel. Let's get into the week that was in NBA. Usually I'll start at 1:15, but I'm going to start a little earlier, try to get off a little sooner rather than later. So let's get into it, man. A lot to get into with the NBA. A lot been going on in the NBA, so let's get into it. I'm going to start with last Sunday. To conclude the year of 2024, the Magic beat the Nets 102 to 101. The Pacers beat the Celtics 123 to 114. The Hawks beat the Raptors 136 to 107. The Heat beat the Rockets 104 to 100. The Thunder beat the Grizzlies 130 to 106. The Timberwolves beat the Spurs 112 to 110. And go to Monday, you had a lot of games. The Bulls beat the Hornets in overtime 115 to 108. And then you had the Knicks beat the Wizards by 20 points, 126 to 106. The Pelicans lost to the Clippers 116 to 113. And the Nuggets beat the Jazz 132 to 121. And the Cavaliers dominated the Warriors 113 to 95. And the 76ers beat the Trailblazers 125 to 103. The Mavericks lost to the Kings 110 to 100. Then you got New Year's Eve. The Celtics beat the Raptors 125 to 71. The Bucks beat the Pacers 120 to 112. The Spurs beat the Clippers 122 to 86. The Thunder beat the Timberwolves 113 to 105. The Grizzlies beat the Suns 117 to 112. The Lakers lost to Cavaliers 122 to 110. Then we get into the new year, January the 1st. Got the Pistons. They beat the Magic 105 to 96. The Wizards beat the Bulls 125 to 107. The Heat beat the Pelicans 119 to 108. The Knicks beat the Jazz 119 to 103. And the Raptors beat the Nets 130 to 113. And the Rockets beat the Mavericks 110 to 99. The Nuggets beat the Hawks 139 to 120. And then the Kings beat the 76ers 113 to 107. That was a big win for them. The De'Aaron Fox had 35 points. They had a 15-0 run to beat the 76ers. The thing about the 76ers, man, they still in striking distance to try to get back into where they need to go. They're 13. Right now, I'm going to check the standings a little bit. But they still in striking range to get back into like being a playoff team and stuff like that. All right, so January 2nd, fast forward to January 2nd. See, that was January 1st. January 1st, okay. January 2nd, the Pacers beat the Heat 128 to 115. The Celtics beat the Timberwolves 118 to 115. The Nets beat the Bucks 113 to 110. The Clippers lost to the Thunder 116 to 98. The Warriors blew out the 76ers 139 to 105. The Lakers beat the Trailblazers 114 to 106. Yeah, the Warriors dominated the 76ers. They coming on this road trip. Stephen Curry had 30 points. He made all 8 of his 3-point shots. He was flawless in that way as they won 139 to 105. Right, Friday. This week you got so very, very interesting on Friday. It got very interesting. The games I want to talk about is the Celtics and the Rockets. That was an interesting game. Definitely the Knicks and the Thunder, and the Cavaliers and the Mavericks, and the Spurs and the Nuggets. I'm gonna start with Celtics and the Rockets. This was a good, interesting game. You got two winning teams playing against each other, right? Thanks for the 7 people that are tuning in. Thanks for the person that likes the feed that I'm doing right now. If you like it, your first time being on this channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Build up the subscription. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. All right, 109 to 86 was the final score between Boston over the Houston Rockets. And big time game by Derek White, 23 points. Tatum and Pritchard had 20 points each as they beat the Rockets, man, 109 to 86. Very good game. Both teams with winning records, and it gets no better than that. So that was a big win for them. The other game that was interesting, because the 3 teams that have been playing well of late, that was the Knicks, the OKC Thunder, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Knicks had a 9-game winning streak coming into this game against OKC. And meanwhile, OKC had a 13-game win streak. Cleveland, I think they had like a 9-game win streak. 8-game, 9-game win streak. They on the long win streak. But anyway, they played each other in the Knicks and the OKC Thunder. This may be a preview of a possible NBA Finals preview. But give credit to the Thunder. They rallied again in the fourth quarter to get it done. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 33 points as they won their 14th straight, beating the Knicks 117 to 107. The thing about the Knicks was playing well in this game. They had complete control of this game in the first half, but it's a classic case that it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They started well. They had a 12-point lead At halftime, 66-54, but they were outscored 26-22 in the third quarter to trim the lead to single digits and had their comeback, the third comeback in 3 games. So this is the thing about OKC, they know how to come back. They know how to rally and come back from deficits, and they showed that in this matchup against the Knicks. This is a very quality win for the OKC Thunder to show that they can play with the best out in the East Coast. Um, Big time win for them. And they was able to get it done. The thing that's refreshing, breath of fresh air, now it's a lot of 3-point shots being taken. It's a boom that's been going on for a long time, especially this year with the 3-point shot. When you look at the OKC Thunder, they only took 27 3-point shots. That's all they took. They made 14 of them. 14 out of 27 from 3-point range. Made 51.9% of their threes. So they was able to do their thing with a delicate balance. Now, they wasn't trying to do so much with the 3-point shot. They didn't take 40 threes. They didn't take 50 threes. They took 27 threes. And that was just good enough for them to get it done. And they was able to win 117-107. The problem with the Knicks is they won't be content. They got to do better on the bench. Because you look at the minutes that the Stars was logging, Bridges, Mikal Bridges, and Anunoby, 43 minutes. Bridges, 41 minutes. Towns, 42 minutes. You had Brunson, 40 minutes. You had Hart, 44 minutes. So you had so many guys in that starting line for the Knicks playing a lot of minutes that was extended. And when you look at the bench, they only had 5 points come off the bench. So when you look at this Knicks team, they did not get enough contribution from the bench. I think that maybe their downfall when playoff time comes because they don't have a bench that's gonna make the difference in winning a championship. You gotta have a bench. You look at the Thunder. The catalyst was Aaron Wiggins. Aaron Wiggins had 19 points come off the bench. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at Gilgeous-Alexander, 33 points, 20 points for Jalen Williams. So this team definitely getting it done. Red hot right now. They play the Boston Celtics today. That's going to be a very interesting game. So keep your eyes on that. So that was a very quality win for the Thunder. Stopping the Knicks 9-game winning streak. And Isaiah Harden, who played with the Knicks, his job was just to defend, rebound, be a facilitator. He don't have to score that many points. He had 14 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 points. But it's not about that. The 9-game win streak came to an end for the Knicks as OKC won to make it 14 straight. So the other game is the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're red hot right now. They won their 9th straight game, beating a shorthanded, injury-prone Dallas Mavericks. They don't have, obviously, Luka Doncic. What's his name didn't play either, Kyrie Irving. They won going away 134-122. Evan Mobley had 34 points, 10 rebounds. Well-balanced attack with this team. Great contribution off the bench. Niang had 15 points off the bench. LeVert had 17 points off the bench. And that's how you're going to win championships. You got to have a bench. You got to have a quality bench that's going to handle their biz also to contribute to the team success. So you got to have a deep bench. You got to have guys that's going to come off the bench and get the job done and make it happen. So from that standpoint, I just think from that perspective, this team, Cleveland, can definitely win the championship. Now they got to show what they made of once playoff time comes. But when you look at what they've done so far, they're 30-4. They won 9 in a row. They still atop the East. They've been like that most of the year. They have not slipped from that #1 spot. So, but they got to show what they made of in the playoffs. So that's a big win for them. So I wanted to go over that. Also, the Spurs are playing very well. They went 18-16. They beat the Denver Nuggets 113-110. Quality win for this team. Victor Wembanyama stole Nikola Jokic's pass with 4 seconds left as they won at Denver. Wembanyama is playing very well this year. 35 points. Played well against Jokic. 2 of the big men, best big men you're going to see. 35 points for Wembanyama. Had 18 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 for 6 from 3. Obviously going to shoot his threes. With 14 of 22 from the field. And this team is looking very, very good. Very much improved. And defeat, obviously Jokic put up, as usual, great numbers. 41 points, 18 rebounds, 9 assists. Took way too many threes, man. He took 10 threes, made only 3. But they was able to, unfortunately, lose the game. But San Antonio is looking very good so far. Another team that's looking very good is the Detroit Pistons. This is a team that lost 14 games, lost 68 games. Now they're like 17 and 18. They won last night, 119 to 105 against the Timberwolves. Yeah, obviously, they missed quite a few times when you talk about um, Minnesota Timberwolves. They're not better without Karl Anthony Towns. They're worse without him than with him. They're not playing very good basketball. Even though Anthony Edwards had 53 points, made 10 threes, where's everybody else? They lost convincingly on the road by 14 points to the Pistons. They're playing very well. Let's get into that summary of that game. That was a big time matchup and a victory for Detroit because they're 17 and 18, one game under 500. They way ahead of schedule compared to what they was last year because they had won 14 games. That's all he did. So give credit to JD Bickerstaff. I think it's JD Bickerstaff. I know his last name Bickerstaff. Tobias Harris, his presence, his contributions, and also give the contribution to credit to Tim Hardaway Jr. They're making a contribution. Tobias Harris had 10, 16 points. Big time game for Cade Cunningham, 15 out of 29, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, almost had a triple-double, 40 points as they won. And they had a big time performance off the bench by Malik Beasley. He scored 23 points off the bench. So they was able to get it done. But when you look at this Minnesota Timberwolves team, Randall had 17 points, but there's nothing else from the other guys. Daniels had 8 points. Gobert, he's not an offensive guy. To me, he's more of a defensive guy, just block shots. 6 points, no points for Conley. It was just basically carried everything, carried the load. And it wasn't good enough. He had 53.6 rebounds, 2 assists, 10 3-point shots made, and 15 attempts. I think that's way too many 3-point attempts, but that's them. They took 43-point shots, made 16, but they lose to the Pistons on the road, big time, 119 to 105, as the Pistons are 17, 18, doing better than they did last year. Give them credit for that. Give credit to the coach and the guys that they got on this team. The Knicks lost to the Bulls. This is a surprising loss. 41-point third quarter by Bulls. They won 139 to 126. Kobe White had 9 3-point shots, 33 points. Like Zach LaVine had 33 points as well. They honored Derrick Rose last night. And this is a surprising win for Chicago and a surprising loss for the Knicks. But again, give credit to the Bulls. Nikola Vucevic had 22 points, 12 rebounds. Josh Giddey had 15 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. At halftime, they honored Derrick Rose at halftime. He'll have his jersey retired sometime next season. Chicago outscored the New York Knicks by 24 in the third quarter after trailing by 9, and sending the Knicks to their second straight loss after the Knicks were winning 9 games in a row. In defeat, Karl Anthony Towns definitely doing his thing. 44 points, 16 rebounds, playing outstanding basketball. When you look at Karl Anthony Towns, he definitely hasn't been a bust since he became a Knick. But he's doing better without Minnesota than with them. That trade is in favor of the Knicks right now, as right now. The Knicks are looking good with that trade, getting Karl Anthony Towns. Because what's going on in Minnesota, they have 500 right now. They're not playing good basketball at all. Is what it is with that. But despite them losing the last 2 games, they're still in pretty good shape. Knicks 24-12. Now I see the Bulls. They win when they shoot threes. When anybody shoots threes like this and make 20 of them, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna win the game. So that's the storyline on that. Okay. Then you had what else? The Blazers. I think this is an upset, the surprise. Definitely. The Portland Trailblazers beat the Milwaukee Bucks 105 to 102. Anthony Simons had 28 points. Denny Adija, 19 points. Surprising when that was a shocker. And then the Nuggets beat the Spurs. This was on Wemby's 21st birthday last night. The Nuggets beat the Spurs 122 to 111 as Jokic continued to put up big numbers, 46 points, 10 rebounds. Did his thing as they won at San Antonio to improve the 2014 San Antonio's 18-17. That's the 2 teams that stands out as highly improved from last year. The Detroit Pistons, 17-18. San Antonio's 18-17 around this time of year in the new year. So we see the improvement from year to year between these 2 franchises, especially the Pistons. Wembanyama in defeat had 20 points and 23 rebounds. He was scores without a rebound in overtime. Wembanyama has 57 double-doubles already in 101 career games. So this is like a split with the home and home series between the two teams. And now, uh, see what moves on from there, what happens after that. But right now, uh, Michael Porter Jr. had 28 points and 10 rebounds, and handled his business with that. So that's storyline on that. Another stat too is Wembanyama is playing excellent basketball. He's averaging 30.6 points a game and 11.7 rebounds in the last 9 games. So he's doing it on the offensive end, obviously on the defense, and definitely rebounding. So he's definitely doing his thing. For Denver Nuggets, they're gonna play Boston on Tuesday. San Antonio opens up a 4-game trip in Chicago on Monday. And now you have the Warriors beat the Grizzlies last night. Interesting game, 2 winning teams. Golden State proved to the 2 games over 500. There's a lot of stuff going on in this game, a lot of physicality between these two teams. Andrew Williams had 24 points. Steph Curry didn't play in this game, but what stood out in this game is that there was a lot of physicality going on in this game. Dennis Schroeder had 17 points. A lot of physicality. Draymond Green got a fragrant foul against Zach Edey. See his name technical foul, stuff like that. So that's basically it for the week that took place this past several days, going back to last Sunday. So today, we got a good game today on NBA TV. If you're an NBA fan, check out Oklahoma City 29-5 against 26-9 Boston and OKC. This may be possibly people of the NBA Finals. OKC is definitely rising up and playing excellent basketball. Got the longest winning streak in basketball at 14 in a row. This is going to be a very good game to watch. 5-game home winning streak that Oklahoma City has right now, the 16-2 on their home court. Also, Oklahoma City has a 22-1 record in games decided by 10 points or more. Meanwhile, the Celtics are very good on the road. They're excellent on the road. They're 13-3 on the road. Boston is ranked 4th in the Eastern Conference with 34 defensive rebounds per game, led by Jason Tatum, averaging 8.8 a game. Also, the Thunder 13.5 made 3-point shots made. This season is only 0.8 more made shots on average than the 12.7 per game than the Celtics allowed. The Celtics also averaged 18.7 made 3-point shots per game this season and 6.1 more made shots on average than the 12.6 per game the Thunder give up. So keep your eyes on that, man. The 3-point shooting aspect of everything. That's what this game is about, man. It's a boom that's going with the 3-point shots. For his top performers, keep your eyes on obviously Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's averaging 31.2 points per game, 5.4 rebounds a game, 6.1 assists for the Thunder. Tatum's having a brilliant season. He's averaging 28.2 points a game, 9.4 rebounds a game, and 5.6 assists a game. And the reason why it's done is being successful during this winning streak is that obviously they're averaging 114.5 points a game. The scoring is up 43.4 rebounds. So the rebound is up 25.6 assists. So they're dishing out the ball. And they're doing it with defense. 10.9 steals the last 10 games. And they're averaging five blocks a game the last 10 games of the games that the Thunder has played. So they're playing very well. They shoot the ball very well. 47.6% from the field. Also, they're holding it down on the defensive end, holding their opponents to 102.1 points per game. So that's the reason why they're playing very well. For the Celtics in the last 10 games, they're 6-4, averaging 116.9 points a game, 46.6 rebounds, 24.7 assists, 8.5 steals, 5.7 blocks per game, while shooting 47% from the field. Their opponents have averaged 103.9. As far as injuries, Chet Holmgren is out with a hip injury. Nikola Topic, he's out for the season with ACL, and Alex Caruso is day-to-day with a hip. Al Horford is not going to be playing. He's going to be resting. And Jaylen, he's day-to-day. And Jaylen Brown is day-to-day, with a shoulder injury. All right, so that's it for that. All right, so that's the game you're going to keep your eyes on. If you want NBA fan, casual NBA fan, 3:30 p.m. The OKC Thunder, 29-5, will face the Boston Celtics, who are 26-9. Maybe a preview, possibly, of the NBA Finals, possibly. So keep your eyes on that. Also, other games, the Cleveland Cavaliers try to make it. See how many games they won in a row. They on a long winning streak themselves. They play the woeful Charlotte Hornets. They got 7 wins and 26 losses. Then they won like 9 in a row. So keep your eyes on that. That's not a good game. And then you got the Pelicans and the Wizards, man. The Pelicans are bad. Beyond bad. 6-29. Terrible. Against the 6-26 Washington Wizards. Terrible. The Jazz and the Magic, that's not a good game. The Rockets and the Lakers, that's an interesting game. And the Warriors and the Kings. Right, so let's look at the standings as of right now as we look. Cleveland has won 9 straight. That's the longest win streak in the Eastern Conference. 30-4 overall, the best record in basketball, but not by that much of a landslide. Only by 1 win and 1 loss. They only up 1 when it comes to wins and losses over OKC. OKC is 29-5. They got a tough test today against the Boston Celtics. See what happens in that game. Boston is 26-9. They've won 3 in a row. The Knicks are still in good shape. They're still in 3rd place, despite losing the last 2 games. We got Orlando. You got Milwaukee. Got Miami. You got 2 teams that's at 500 right now, with Atlanta, Indiana, 18-18. And you got Detroit, 17-18 right now. Won 3 straight, 9th place right now. In the Western Conference, OKC is 29-5. They won 14 straight. Houston's 22-12. Memphis 23-13. Lost 2 in a row, but they're in 3rd place. Denver's 20-14. They tied with the Lakers, who are in 5th place. Dallas 20-15. 2015 for Clippers. The San Antonio Spurs. Those are 2 most surprising teams this year. It's San Antonio, 18-17. And Detroit, 17-18. Those are 2 surprising teams in the NBA this year. To improve so much from last year to this year. Definitely with Detroit. Definitely improved from last year with the wins. And then Minnesota's got to be maybe the most underachieving team this year. They're 17-17. They lost 3 in a row. They're not playing good basketball. Again, they missed. Maybe they shouldn't have traded Karl-Anthony Towns. I mean, that's what it looks like with the way they're playing right now. So that's the story on that. Also, Jimmy Butler, he wants out. He wants to be traded. That was big news this week. And that's it, as far as that's concerned. Right, so that's it, man, for the week that was the NBA. I'm done for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow for the classic books with Rashad Mitchell. I'll be getting into the Word of God, getting into the book of Isaiah, chapters 3, 4, and 5, and so on and so forth. And also resume reading about Rickey Henderson. The life and legend of an American original about Rickey Henderson, the baseball player. I'll be in chapters 10 and 11 tomorrow. So that's it for today's live feed. Like the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Get the subscribing up. I love to see that. The channel is definitely building going into the new year, and I want to continue to build on that. Have goals to make it better. So just like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So that's it for today. Until then, talk to you more.